hot off the press.
Yes.
I'm just gonna read the names, and then we can talk about what we want to talk about, right?
Yeah.
It's Porto against Arsenal. It's Napoli against Barcelona. Paris Saint-Germain against Real Sociedad. Inter against Atletico Madrid. PSV Eindhoven against Borussia Dortmund. Lazio against Bayern München. Copenhagen against Manchester City. Leipzig against Real Madrid. What stands out?
I think the Napoli-Barcelona tie, Gab, of course, is of the pot where the teams finished second. So you had the PSG, Napoli, and Inter. Really, they were the three biggest clubs there. It was pretty obvious that at some point one of them will face at least a top club, and it happened to be.
And instead
Napoli.
they got Barcelona.
No, but Napoli against Barcelona, which I think is a very even, by the way, tie. I'm not saying that Barca are massively favourite. Yeah. I'm just saying that the rest of Inter play Atletico Madrid. That's big, but maybe not as big as Napoli, Barca, who are the last two winners of Serie A and La Liga.
I think if you're Inter, you're not displeased with this draw.
No,
at some point you got to face a good
it's also the
team.
Diego Simeone's derby, so
Well, Diego Simeone coming home. Paris Saint-Germain against Real Sociedad. Are they dancing in the streets around the Parc des Princes?
So L'Equipe this morning.
Are they thanking Uncle Nasser?
Said the best draw will be Real Sociedad. I don't
because
think
they haven't watched the group stage. They don't know how good
they don't
Real Sociedad have been.
I just don't think it's a good draw at all. The way that La Real press, the way they play, the intensity they have, it's just not. I don't think it's very good for PSG because of the way we play. So I'm not happy with the draw. I would have much rather Atletico Madrid or even Barcelona, to be fair, than La Real Sociedad. So it's not pleasing for me.
All right, let's talk the holders. Manchester City, they get Copenhagen on paper. I think the easiest, weakest team, maybe along with Lazio.
They're the easiest one.
But I'll tell you what, Copenhagen, the adventure continues, yeah?
It's great. It's like a cup, the Minos against the best team in the world. It would be fantastic at Parker and the atmosphere. You know what? United went there and it didn't work out for them. So
City aren't United. Lazio against Bayern also feels a little bit one-sided to me, given
completely.
how... Because I thought Lazio were really not good in the group stage. I think Maurizio Sarri's got a ton of things to figure out.
Do you think Miroslav Klose is going to appear at some point and just like...
awesome. I'm not sure that Sarri will be in charge by the time that they face Bayern, to be honest. Porto against Arsenal.
Interesting one, because the Porto, the 4-4-2, Sergio Conceição, again, the intensity... Galeno, Mediterranean, they've got a lot of good players. Arsenal have to be favourite, especially with the second leg at home. And it's not a bad draw for Arsenal. But it's just not a straightforward game either. It never is, I think, against Porto.
I think both these teams embroiled in a pretty tight title race in their respective leagues. We'll see where they are when they play each other in February. Leipzig against Real Madrid. Some might say one evil empire against another. I would never say that, of course, because Carletto Ancelotti, with his injuries, Leipzig, I don't think are a good match. We have to see, can they bring somebody in January to help out at defense after the Alaba injury?
But Real Madrid have to be favourite. And if you're Leipzig and you got City already in your group, which you knew that you were going to finish second, then to draw Real Madrid in the next round is just one of those years,
It's almost like it's as if God is punishing
don't say
you, given
that.
who you are, right?
Don't
And what
say
you
that.
stand for.
I'm
sorry. I see the world in biblical terms, and I think these things have consequences.
What about the Peter Bosz derby when PSV meet his former club where things really didn't go well for him at all at Dortmund?
We're going to get into this more, but...
you love your Peter Bosz now. You've changed. Changed.
When facts change, opinions change. I've made fun of Peter Bosz for so long, but they're having an incredible season. And Dortmund, I don't know what I'm going to get. Even within they won their Champions League group. They won the toughest Champions League group. But they were so up and down. They were terrible one game, good the other game, lucky in the other game, unlucky in the other game.
I mean, obviously, a lot of things can change between now and when those games are played in February and early March, right? Santi Jimenez might not be at PSV. Jadon Sancho might be back at Dortmund. And the same for a lot of those clubs who might have new signings, players leaving, all that kind of stuff. Managers, as you said, with Sarri not being there too. So now is the draw as we see now in the current form of those clubs now. But in 2 months' time, it might be different.
Yeah, and when I think about this, I see 4 evenly matched games: Napoli, Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Sociedad, Inter Atleti, and actually PSV Eindhoven, Dortmund. I think those are all very, very close. The other, on paper, more one-sided. But I'll tell you what, and if you've been listening to us, this is why we don't spend that much time on these draws, because as you just said, everything can change.
Exactly.
There's another 2 months to go until the rubber actually hits the road. But I'll tell you what, I'm psyched.
I'm already excited.
The Champions
This is
League.
going to be fun.
It's gonna be a good one, and we'll see who can knock Manchester City off their perch.